Here was the moment yesterday down in Sedalia where Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley rolled right up to his general election opponent this fall, Lucas Kuntz, at the state fair and said, "Hey, man, let's get this debate on. What's going on here?"
He's been out of his basement in 2 weeks. Let's go find him. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Lucas Kuntz. Lucas Kuntz, we going to debate today?
How you doing, man?
We going to debate today?
There you go. That was Josh Hawley yesterday, and the debate never came to fruition. But it brought me back to my childhood. I felt like I was watching, maybe a Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield situation play out, but nobody's ear was bitten off. Josh Hawley is here on KCMO. Good morning, Senator. What happened there yesterday?
Good morning. Hey, thanks for having me. Well, what happened was Lucas Kuntz refused to debate. But I tell you what, Pete, if I had a record like his, I think maybe I'd be a little bit concerned, too. I mean, this is a guy whose big idea is to ban gas and diesel in our state and in our country, take away everybody's pickup trucks, open the border. This is a pro-amnesty guy. Pete, his positions are nutty. I mean, just nutty.
So take me through. I mean, he's saying that you guys have 5 TV debates. Is that accurate?
Well, no. What he said is that he wouldn't debate me one-on-one in person, and instead he said, let's do a debate in a TV studio. And listen, I'm happy to debate him in multiple formats, but I said to him the day that he won his primary election, as soon as he won it, I said, all right, hey, great, congratulations, man, welcome to the race. Now let's debate. Let's debate your record of wanting there to be no border wall, of wanting amnesty for all the illegals, of wanting to pay illegals health care benefits with taxpayer money. Let's debate that. And he refused to do it, Pete, right out of the gate. He said, well, no, let's do some other debate, some other time in the future. I just think, listen, if you can't come up on a stage and defend your positions, take questions from the audience, my gosh, why are you in the race? And what we've seen with this guy is his positions are just so nutty. He's just desperate to avoid any accountability for him.
Josh Hawley is here on KCMO Talk Radio. So something else that I know he said to you, and this was, of course, the local media ran with this headline where Lucas Kuntz called you weird. It's the same thing that Tim Walz is doing to J.D. Vance and Donald Trump. Where are these weird accusations coming from now in the Democratic Party?
Oh, gosh, I just laughed my head off when Kuntz said that to me. These guys are also brain dead. They just repeat the same things over and over. But listen, if it is weird to want the border closed, then, hey, you can stick that label on me. If it is weird to say we ought to have our own energy in America, we ought to be opening up American energy production, not taking away everybody's gas and diesel, then you know what? Go ahead. Call me whatever name you want. But that's where I'm going to stand, Pete, in this election and in all of the years to come if the people of Missouri will give me the honor of serving them in the United States Senate. I mean, we have got to close that border. We have got to make sure that we are not giving amnesty, that we are not paying for illegals' benefits, and we've got to get energy production reopened, not take away gas and diesel. I mean, these positions, the Democrat Party, I think, has gotten so nutty, to your question. They want to talk about anything other than, and Kamala's the same, anything other than the positions that they have taken for years. Kamala's another one who wants all gas and diesel gone, get rid of all fossil fuels. Can you imagine? I mean, if you think we're too dependent on China now, wait till these people get their way.
Josh Hawley's on KCMO. So, by the way, was there going to be a moderator at this debate yesterday? I mean, I could have made the trip down if it was going to happen, but who was supposed to moderate this, if anybody, between yourself and Lucas Kuntz?
Well, we ought to do a debate on your show, Pete. I mean, that would be amazing. Now that you mention it, you'd be amazing. This was going to be no moderator, Lincoln Douglas style. That's the beauty of it. I said, listen, we'll get up there on a stage, on a trailer, at the state fair. We'll take questions from the audience, and we'll just go back and forth. Missouri Farm Bureau offered to host it and keep the time. You know, I mean, It's okay. Your 5 minutes are over. Your 5 minutes are over. But just go back and forth, and we were going to go 75 minutes. Opening statements and then taking questions from the audience, whoever wants to come. You know, I mean, it's people from around the state. Come to the state fair, take questions. We'd each have 5 minutes to respond. Next question. Mm-hmm. I mean, just old-fashioned how it should be. But my opponent doesn't want that because he doesn't want to take questions from anybody other than a TV moderator where he can wear his makeup and sit in the air-conditioned studio and probably get the questions in advance. You know, so listen, he's got a lot of nutty positions to defend, and he owes the people of Missouri a lot of explanation.
Is there anything, as you've been down at the fair the last couple of days, Josh Hawley, that maybe people have talked to you about that's possibly been a bigger issue than you might have realized when you talked to folks back here in Missouri over the last couple of days?
I just think that people say over and over they cannot afford their gas. Our farmers cannot afford to farm. I mean, you look at the cost of food, it's way, way up. Why is that? It's because nobody can afford to run their combines, their tractors. The cost of planting have gone up. And all of that is because Biden and company shut down our energy production in this country. And now Lucas Kunce and Kamala, for that matter, want to do the same thing. I mean, so the idea that we would get rid of fossil fuels, we'd get rid of American energy is just insane. And then the other thing I heard about constantly, Pete, is the border. I mean, just the number of illegals coming in, taking people's jobs, coming in here committing crimes. People don't feel safe. They don't think their kids are safe. And the idea that we would use taxpayer money to pay for their health benefits, which is what Kunce wants, it's what Kamala wants. I mean, people are just irate about that, and they should be.
Josh Hawley's on KCMO. So what's next for you, Senator, as you wrap up the week here in Sedalia? Of course, the campaign is in full swing with about 90 days to go. What's next on the list for Josh Hawley, especially with Congress being out right now?
Well, we'll just continue to travel the state. I've been all over the state in the last 2 weeks. We've done major rallies all over, while my opponent literally is in his basement. I mean, this was the first time I'd seen the guy ever. He doesn't leave his basement. He just puts on the makeup and goes on MSNBC. Speaking of weird, that's weird. But we're going to continue to go out really, it's like it's a campaign. Why wouldn't you campaign? Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to be campaigning. We're going to continue to travel the state, Pete. And I tell you what, this election, it's not just about sending somebody to D.C. or new people here in the state. It's about saving the country. And to me, I just feel this incredible sense of urgency. We have to save our country. You look at what the liberals have done to it. People like Kunce and Kamala, Biden. This is the moment for us to stand up and say, no, we're going to save it.
On the business front, last thing, Senator, is there anything on the Secret Service investigations that you're either looking into, you're picking and prodding on, that you can share with this audience as you have continued to lead the way on that issue?
Well, we continue to talk to whistleblowers. We've had so many come forward, and I just want to say to anybody out there who has additional information, we will protect you. I mean, you are protected in law. Please come forward to my office. And I think we've got to continue, Pete, to get answers as to why the site agent, the lead agent that day was not qualified, why that person did not secure the rooftop where the shooter was, and why hasn't the Secret Service director now held anybody accountable? I mean, at this point, no one has been put on leave. No one has been fired. And they should be fired. I mean, the president was shot in the face. Another rally goer is dead. Others were critically injured. I mean, we all know. We all saw it on national television, the idea there's been no accountability. So we continue to push for that and push to get the real facts here. Now we learn that the Secret Service wasn't even talking to local or state police on the day of the rally. I mean, this is insane. It violates all of their procedures, all of their protocols. This is crazy stuff. People are dead because of it, and there needs to be real accountability.
Josh Hawley on KCMO Talk Radio. When do you guys get back to D.C.?
We come back in after Labor Day,
okay,
and we're in the whole month of September, and there's going to be a lot to do. And Pete, I certainly am looking forward to getting back to work. I mean, this is the Democrats don't like to do a lot of work in Washington. They do like to do a lot of talking, but there's work to do, and including holding these folks accountable. The Secret Service we were just talking about. We need to continue to get relief for nuclear radiation victims in our state, which remains a top priority of mine. We need to get a farm bill passed. So, man, there's work to do, and I look forward to getting after it.
And we'll talk to you when you get back to it. Josh Hawley on KCMO. Thank you for being here, Senator. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks so much.
All right. Josh Hawley on 95.7 FM, streaming on the KCMO Talk Radio app.